I don't believe Russell Wilson will ever win an MVP.
Why?
Because, one, I don't know how long Pete Carroll will be there. And what I mean by that is turnover, different philosophy, mindset. Plus, Pete, second half of the season, always wants to run the football. He does not want to throw the football. Just look at the track record.
Well, like if a guy like Eric Bieniemy were to then go to Seattle, if Russell's there, like you don't think there could be the right coach that can actually help Russ towards the latter part of his career, that can implement the right offense,
everybody
that can help
ain't
him
gonna,
get there?
Yeah, like what
Pete
about the
Carroll
fact
is
that
no longer there?
LaFleur comes in with Rodgers, Key, and Rodgers looks like he's struggling to learn what he's just kind of game managing.
Man,
Next year, he won an MVP.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't no game manager. Look at the numbers.
No, I'm saying year one with LaFleur.
Look at the numbers.
Year one with LaFleur, I can't. I'm telling you, it wasn't his numbers.
No. I'm telling you right
not
now.
as great as normal.
He had MVP numbers in year one. He had MVP numbers in year one, but our concentration was more on the relationship than Aaron Rodgers' play.
They were 13-3. His completion percentage was 62. The following year, it was 71. He had 4,000 yards, 26 TDs, 4 interceptions. But the following year, 48 TDs, 5 interceptions.
But that's still MVP numbers.
No. But Key, he was good, but he was not quite Aaron Rodgers good.
I understand.
Year one.
The year two, his numbers went up.
Crazy up.
But if you wanted to make a case for him in year one, it was lights out.
I hear, but that still proves my point, though. Like, if you change the philosophy of a new coach who were to come in after Pete Carroll were to leave, that was better conducive for Russ long-term, letting him get those type of numbers, you don't think he can get those numbers?
And here's what I'm going to tell you, too, also about the Matt LaFleur, Aaron Rodgers dynamic and offensive play calling and changing, all that. The system is basically the same. The system was basically the same. It's a West Coast kind of ingredients, that principles that they kept in place. They didn't all of a sudden go ground and pound from Mike McCarthy. They kind of kept everything in place with a little bit of a variation. And that's kind of what they do in the NFL, whether it's Kyle Shanahan, whether it's Matt and Mike LaFleur, because when you have wholesale changes, you get what the Dallas Cowboys were 2 years ago. Defense was horrible because they came in with Mike Nolan and tried to change everything. But guess what they did with Dan Quinn? They went back to 3 years ago with the defense with Rob Marinelli and changed it and said, you know what, we got to do this because of the personnel fitting. And when you do that, you get better results.
What about this? Like, part of it is a popularity contest in a way.
Yes.
So I think Aaron Rodgers can win another one, but it's going to have to be so clear cut that they can't give it to someone else. I'm thinking about
based on what though?
I'm like,
so if he had on his play,
if he had like a year like last year, and no one else came close to his numbers, and his team did really well, he could win it. But if it's close between him and other players, I'll bet you they give it to someone else. So the example I want to use, Baseball Hall of Fame, Curt Schilling has said some outrageous things, and you know, I don't like a lot of the stuff I've heard from him, and he's a borderline Hall of Famer. If I had a vote, no doubt I'm putting Curt Schilling in the Hall of Fame because I think it is wrong to use things outside the game and hold that against somebody. But the fact is he's not in the Hall of Fame because probably that's what's happening, but only because it's a close call. If he was a slam dunk, he's going to get in, I think he'd be in. That's what I'm saying about Rodgers.
But
Curt
says some
no doubt.
wild stuff.
No doubt. But what I'm saying is this stuff is, and because he said wild stuff, Jay, and he's not a slam dunk Hall of Famer, they're unfairly, in my estimation, keeping him out. Aaron Rodgers, to win an MVP, it can't be like it's close between him and Russell Wilson. They'll give it to Russell Wilson. He's got to win it clear to get it, is what I'm saying.
But when you think about baseball, it's a different sport. And when you look at the way that they went against Pete Rose because of character. Character is part of the process in baseball.
For sure.
Character is not part of the MVP voting. As long as...
What about human nature, though? Like, people just mad at a dude.
They're not going to... No, man. They're not going to do that to him. If he
Pat
balls
McAfee
out,
and Aaron Rodgers think so.
Yeah, but that's... They just talking,
I think they're just in the middle of the gauntlet right
Yeah,
now.
they talking, man. Dude throw 50 touchdowns and 5 interceptions.
Yeah, he'll get it.
Really? I mean, like, come on.
And by the way, Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. by the way. Like what you
Charlie
do.
Hustle should be in the Hall of
What
Fame.
you do after you already got your 4,000 plus hits, I don't know how that takes away those 4,000 plus hits.
Character in baseball is a part of it.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds, the character.
Bond should also be in because
Roger Clemens,
because he was
it's
already in before he
character.
started cheating.
Exactly. So they look at that and go, bad guy, with the hat and the those guys.
Yeah.
Evan's dad type people. Sorry, Evan. Didn't mean to do you like
Russell Wilson's interesting. Like it is odd that a guy can be that great for that long. And forget about never winning an MVP. I get it. Drew Brees never won one, but he came in second a couple times. But never getting a vote? You don't get one vote in any year?
Here's
That's
why,
wild,
though.
man.
He hasn't put a full season together.
Yeah,
It's always been the first half.
It's true.
Not playing good in the first half. Second half. That's why.
You remember when Cam won MVP? You could have actually
gotta
made
go
a
wire
real
to
good
wire,
case
man.
for Russell Wilson that year.
You got to go wire to wire.
Yeah, he doesn't. You're right. Russell
go wire to
Wilson's
wire.
usually a tale of two halves, which is why teams ought to be nervous about Seattle right now. I'm just saying. The dude ain't going to wind up with 5 wins on the season. That's out.
No, he's going to win. They're
He's
going to
gonna-
win games. I just think that they so far behind the 8 ball. Is that right? 8 ball? Is that
8
what
ball.
it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're so far behind the 8 ball that they can't play catch up fast enough.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.